Greetings to all. I am K. Tangarandidam from Government College of Engineering, Tirunelveli. I am handling basics of biomedical instrumentation subject through this video class. In this video section, we are seeing about 4th unit. In the 4th unit, I completed temperature, respiration rate, pulse rate measurement. That is, these are all comes under measurement of non-electrical parameters. And next video we also see about blood pressure measurement, indirect method, that is oscillatory method and direct method, electronic manometer, systolic and diastolic pressure range. In today's class, in this video class, we are going to see about blood flow measurement, that is blood flow measurement and cardiac output measurement. Okay, so these are all the topics we are going to see, that is how the blood flow will be measured. So the blood flow measurement, so blood is flowing throughout the body using circulatory system of human. During this process, adequate amount of blood should be supplied for the organs to perform their function. Improper blood supply result in the case of various disease. Hence, the disease can be diagnosed by measuring the rate of blood flow in the vessel. The blood flow rate can be determined with the help of blood flow meter. The rate of flow of blood in the vessel is given as the volume of the blood that passes through the vessel in the given unit of time. Modern methods are used for blood flow measurement. These are 5 methods are available to measure the blood. First one is magnetic blood flow meter, and then ultrasonic blood flow meter, thermal convection method, radiographic method and indicator dilution method. These are all the 5 methods are available to measure the blood flow. First one is magnetic flow meter. It is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. This principle states that when an electrical conductor is moved through a magnetic field, a voltage is induced in the transducer proportional to the velocity of this motion. This concept is supplied in the magnetic flow meters. The figure shows how electromagnetic induction occurs. We all know it. In this figure, the permanent magnet is placed around the blood vessel and it generates magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of blood flow. The voltage induced in the moving blood column can be measured with a stationary electrode placed on the opposite sides of the blood vessel and perpendicular to the magnetic field. This working is given by this equipment, that is, it is experimental setup consists of one electromagnet, oscillator, amplifier and gate circuit. The figure shows these are all the arrangement. The oscillator is used to drive the magnet and it provides a control signal for the gate. Oscillator operates at a frequency between 60 Hz and 400 Hz. The gate detector makes the polarity of the output signal reverse when the flow of blood is in reverse direction. The flow of pulse can be easily recorded from the frequency response of the system. The average flow of pulses can be obtained with the help of a low pass filter as shown in figure. So through this arrangement we can able to measure how much amount of blood flow occurs in our body. The second method is the ultrasonic blood flow method. The figure shows the diagram. In this type, the velocity of the flowing blood can be determined with the beam of ultrasonic energy. Here there is a 2 type of ultrasonic blood flow meter arrangement. One is transmit ultrasonic blood flow meter. Another one is a Doppler type ultrasonic blood flow meter. So first one is a transmit time ultrasonic blood flow meter. In this type, a pulsed ultrasonic beam is directed at a shallow angle through a blood vessel and its transmit time is then measured. During the time measured, it will be compared with one reference time. If there is any deviation, means it also some fault in our blood flow. Another one is a Doppler type ultrasonic blood flow meter. Figure shows this ultrasonic Doppler type blood flow meter arrangement. It consists of an oscillator operating at a frequency range of megahertz. It excites piezoelectric transducer. The transducer is mounted to the wall of an exposed blood vessel and it sends an ultrasonic beam with a frequency f into the flowing blood. A small part of the transmitted energy is scattered back and received by the second transducer arranged opposite to the first one. The scattering occurs mainly due to the result of moving blood cells. The reflected signal has a different frequency due to the Doppler effect. The transmitted frequency is either f plus fd or f minus fd depending on the direction of blood flow. When the blood flow is similar direction to the beam of frequency, then total transmitted energy be f plus fd. When the blood flow is opposite direction to the beam, then frequency is f minus fd. The Doppler component fd is directly proportional to the velocity of the blood flow. After amplification, Doppler frequency is obtained at the output of the detector as the difference between the direct and scattered signal components. Output can be obtained with the help of frequency meter. The Doppler signal of the pulsating blood flow can also be heard with the help of loudspeaker. In the loudspeaker arrangement, we can able to hear if there is any mistake in our blood flow, in our blood flow direction. So third one is a thermal convection method. So its principle is a hot object is placed in a colder flowing medium is cooled by thermal convection. This principle is used here. The rate of cooling is proportional to the rate of flow of the medium. Thermistor is placed on the bloodstream, is kept at a constant temperature by a severe system. The rate of flow can be determined by the electrical energy required to maintain the constant temperature of thermistor. In another method, electric heater is placed between the two thermocouples which are located by some distance apart along the axis of the blood vessel. Blood velocity is determined by the difference between the upstream and downstream temperature indicated by the sensor. It is the oldest method. It is replaced by radiographic method. It is a very oldest method to finding the blood flow, but this accurate result is also inaccurate. So it is overcome by another method is radiographic method. Blood flow cannot be made visible with the help of X-rays due to their same density as surrounding tissues. To make the blood flow visible, isotoped organic component is injected in the blood vessel so that circulation pattern will be visible. Sometimes radioisotopes injected into the blood circulation which helps in the detection of blood flow direction. The vascular obstruction can also be detected by measuring the difference in the skin temperature due to improper and reduced circulation of blood. In that manner, that is using these isotoped organic component, we can able to visible the blood flow also in radiographic method. Another one is a indicator dilution method. It helps in determination of blood flow and not the velocity of blood. So we cannot able to find the velocity of the blood in indicator dilution method. Any substance having no toxic side effects can be used as indicator. If it is radially mixes with the blood and it can be easily determined after mixing. This principle is used in the indicator dilution method. Here the substance is used should be stable but should not be retained in the body. Among various types of indicators, indocyanine dye and cardiogreen are widely used. Radioisotopes are also used for this purpose. The most frequently used indicator is isotonic saline. There are two types of measurement is available. One is open circulation method, another one is a closed circulation method. First one is a open circulation method. In this method, assumption the blood is not circulated, the indicator is injected into the blood flow continuously at the beginning time t with a constant rate of 5 grams per meter. A detector measures the direction of downstream from the injection point. The output of the detector is connected to the recorder, and here at a certain time after injection the concentration of indicator increases and finally reaches a constant value C0 milligrams per liter. Here the corresponding diagram with graphical representation is given. The flow can be determined with the help of injection rate I and measured concentration D0, C0. The rate of flow, that is liters per minute, is given by I divided by C0. Both are in milligrams per minute. C0 is milligrams per liter. Another one is a closed circulation method. This method states when a dye or isotope is used as an indicator, the concentration does not assume a steady state, instead increasing in steps whenever the recirculated indicator again passes the detector. This method is based on the assumption that the blood is being recirculated. Figure shows this arrangement also along with the graphical representation. Here first indicator is injected and its concentration is measured with the help of detector, and when the indicator is again recirculated the concentration increases step by step. So according to the graph also increases in step by step is shown in the figure. The result is obtained in the recorder arrangement. So in that manner we can able to measure the blood flow. So totally we studied 5 methods. First one is a magnetic flow meter, another one is a ultrasonic blood flow meter, and then thermal convection method, and then radiographic method, and then indicator dilution method. So in the next video we are going to see about the remaining topic of 4th unit. Thank you students.